A proposed subdivision near Rockbridge State Park is drawing mixed reviews. Why some hate it and why others say it's no big deal.
A high-profile trial is finally nearing a close. We'll have the latest words in the George Zimmerman case.
Columbia Public Schools could go mobile, a new way for students to surf the web. KOMU 8 News at 5 starts now.
Live from Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News, first at 5.
A new proposed subdivision near Rockbridge State Park is drawing some mixed reviews. Good afternoon, I'm Brittany Pieper.
And I'm Angie Bailey. The original proposal called for 73 lots in the highlighted area near Rockbridge State Park. Instead, it's been scaled back to now just 57. Let's go to the location of that proposed new subdivision near Providence Road.
That's where KOMU 8's Jasmine Bailey is live with more on local reactions. Jasmine?
I'm near Providence Road, about 2,000 feet from Old Highway 63 South near Rockbridge Memorial Park. Here is where developers wanted to build 73 lots for housing. Now, due to discussions, I also spoke with a few other neighbors who were opposed to the development. The Columbia City Council will hold a meeting next week to hear public opinion on the issue. Reporting live from Boone County, Jasmine Bailey, KOMU 8 News.
In other news, Columbia Public School students may soon be able to get on the internet on school buses. KOMU 8's Joe Prozek is live in Rockbridge High School to tell us why CPS wants to make the buses Wi-Fi accessible.
Students at Rockbridge may soon be able to step out of the classroom, but still stay connected as they step onto the bus. CPS leaders say the plan would cost about $1,800 plus monthly services. Now, Joplin Public Schools considered a similar plan in June, and Baumstark says that Columbia Public Schools may make Joplin's plan their own. Reporting live in Columbia, Joe Prozek, KOMU 8 News.
Missouri drivers are responding tonight to new construction plans that could cause a traffic headache in Boone County. The Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission approved $58 million for state road construction projects. MoDOT plans to resurface several state roads, including Highway 63 and Providence Road in our area. It also plans to rebuild the Interstate 70 bridge over the Business Loop 70. Money for the projects comes from a fuel tax. The project drivers would most likely notice will be the rebuilding of the I-70 bridge crossing over Business Loop 70. MoDOT can't tell us exactly when construction will begin. It says the plan should be approved by 2014, and that means construction could begin as early as 2015.
And drivers say they're not happy. Gas prices are expected to go up in the next few weeks. Prices are expected to spike between 10 to 30 cents a gallon. Recent tension in Egypt, a rise in crude oil prices, and a decline in oil inventory, some of the reasons why prices are expected to go up. NBC reports the national average gas price is $3.51 a gallon. Columbia's average is below that with an average of $3.29. A local driver tells KOMU 8 News the predicted increase would hurt his lawn mowing business.
In my business, it actually devastates us because right now, with all the heat and the gas prices going up, it actually cuts into our profits.
Local drivers hope something will be done to keep prices low. To find the lowest gas prices in mid-Missouri, go to our website at KOMU.com.
The woman who says she and her family are victims of gang violence tells KOMU 8 News she filed a complaint with the Columbia Police Department. Andrea Brookins says her son was the victim of an arson on Saturday and shooting on Sunday. Police arrested her 16-year-old son, and she says police searched her car without a warrant. KOMU 8 News has submitted a public records request this afternoon to try to get our hands on that complaint. We'll keep you posted as soon as we get any more information. Missouri finally knows the total damage cost from the disastrous 2011 Joplin tornado. Governor Nixon's budget office shows the state share for the disaster is a little over $36 million. That total is only a quarter of the $150 million Nixon set aside for disaster aid in 2011. Legislative budget leaders say Nixon's $150 million disaster aid was an unnecessary budget manipulation. Today, attorneys gave the closing arguments in the case against George Zimmerman. He's accused of killing 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, but Zimmerman's party says it was self-defense. KOMU 8's Christina Alexander has your first look around the nation.
It's now just a waiting game for everyone involved in the Zimmerman trial. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest on the case.
Good morning. Please be seated.
After 12 days of testimony,
or manslaughter in the first degree.
The defense said their closing argument will last about 3 hours. Then the state will get the last word before the judge reads her instructions to the jury, which should begin deliberations tomorrow afternoon. A building under construction on campus of Temple University in Philadelphia collapsed today. Firefighters had to rescue workers who were stranded on the 4th floor of the 6-story building. At least one construction worker was hurt and carried away in an ambulance. There's no word on what caused the beams to collapse. A possible explosion injured at least 8 people at a building in New York City's Chinatown today. Officials say the incident sparked a fire on the 5-story building's 1st floor, causing the ceiling to collapse. Firefighters and other rescue personnel rushed to the scene. 3 of the 8 people injured are believed to have suffered serious injuries. And that's your first look around the nation.
The American journalist who interviewed Edward Snowden says he communicated with the former security contractor online Tuesday. Glenn Greenwald interviewed Snowden on behalf of The Guardian when he was in Hong Kong before he fled to Moscow. Greenwald said Snowden is setting his sights on taking refuge in Venezuela because it would be a country that is most likely to guarantee his safety. Greenwald said Venezuela would likely be Snowden's choice for asylum. Riot police in Dhaka used tear gas and rubber bullets today to disperse university students disputing exam results and calling for an end to quotas for government jobs. The protesters vandalized vehicles, lit fires, and threw bricks at police, who in return fired tear gas. The students are calling for an end to the quota system within the civil service. In response, the Bangladesh Public Service Commission said it will review the preliminary exam results. Egypt's interim president hopes to have a new government in place this weekend. That's amid renewed calls by the Muslim Brotherhood to have ousted President Mohamed Morsi put back into office. The Muslim Brotherhood issued a new statement reiterating a call for a peaceful resistance until the former President Mohamed Morsi is reinstated. The interim prime minister announced he hopes to have a new government in place by Sunday. Now let's send it over to Rosie for a quick check of our weather. Hey, Rosie.
Hey, Brittany, just gorgeous out across your Thursday afternoon here. Coming up right after the break.
The back seat of a car. Now in hot weather, it is one of the most dangerous places for kids. In today's health segment, we'll show you how to protect your children from a tragic accident.
And if you want to lose weight, watch what you eat. But one product that claims to be diet might actually make you pack on the pounds instead of dropping them.
And there's a live look over the Pettis County and Sedalia area. Lots of less humidity out there today. It's been nice, hasn't it? This is KOMU 8 News First at 5. Coverage you can count on.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather with weathercaster Rosie Newberry.
Well, welcome back, everyone. 5:12 now the time on your Thursday afternoon. We are almost to Friday, looking great as of July. I know. Not a great chance of rain on any of these days so far. Of course, we'll continue to monitor any systems that sort to change here in mid-Missouri. But, Angie, I know you're used to Missouri weather, but Brittany, you're coming from the deep south where humidity is kind of a big issue. How is it feeling today?
It's fabulous.
Thanks,
Rosie.
Love it. All right, thanks a lot, Rosie.
If you can't get the all-essential nutrients from your food, taking a supplement is sometimes a good way to help.
Lots of people do, but coming up, find out which popular supplements may not be as good as you once thought. Well, as temperatures rise outside, it will go up even faster in your car. So far this year alone, 19 children have died because they were left behind in vehicles. According to Safe Kids, if it's just 75 degrees outside, the temperature inside a car can jump to 100 degrees in just 10 minutes. To prevent tragedies from happening, just remember the acronym ACT. A is for never leave a child alone in a car. C is for create reminders so you don't forget your kid is in the car. T is for take action. If you see a child alone in a car, you should call 911. Many people take omega-3 fatty acid supplements for their apparent health benefit, but new research has exposed a downside. A new study links the omega-3 supplements to an increased risk for prostate cancer. Researchers found a fatty fish and fish oil are associated with a 71% increased risk for high-grade prostate cancer. Using diet soda as a weight loss tool may actually cause you to pack on the pounds. Researchers at Purdue University analyzed data from several studies and found diet sodas may be linked to obesity and heart problems. The data suggests the artificial sweeteners in the soda may throw off the body's ability to know how many calories it needs, which could lead to overeating.
Most parents would be outraged if they found a bag of pot in their kids' room, but coming up, find out why some parents are actually buying marijuana for their children. That's coming up in today's talk. Medical marijuana is legal as medicine in 17 states, but how young is too young for the treatment? Kids are able to get medical marijuana to treat everything from autism to cancer to seizures. Doctors say marijuana can dial down nerve cell stimulation and stop seizures without getting kids stoned, but critics include the American Academy of Pediatrics, which says that growers are jumping the gun because this remedy has not been clinically tested. We asked you on Facebook what you thought about kids and medical marijuana. Here's what you had to say. Travis Gallup says it does need more testing, but really, is it any worse than all of the prescribed pills they give these kids? Jeff McCulley says there are many medical reasons for the legalization of marijuana. Some are more factually founded than others, but as a parent of 4 wonderful children, I would go to the ends of the earth for a treatment for them if need be. And Tim Taylor says if it helps who it is intended to help, I believe it can be a useful tool to aid in treatment. I also believe clinical testing and specific applications would be necessary.
The great outdoors can help growing children stave off obesity, ADD, and depression. How some local children had fun in the mud to help return to nature. Welcome back. A proposed subdivision near Rockbridge State Park is drawing mixed reactions. KOMU 8's Jasmine Bailey's live with more on what some of the locals out there are saying.
I just got off the phone with Matthew Lemke with the city. Reporting live from Boone County, Jasmine Bailey, KOMU 8 News, Columbus.
Now coming up at 6 tonight, 2 women embezzled millions of dollars. We'll show you what they racked up with all that money.
And demand keeps piling up at a local food pantry. What you can do to help. The Missouri Department of Conservation wants to help prevent kids from getting what a nationally known author calls nature deficit disorder. Richard Louv says a disconnect from nature can increase a child's likelihood of obesity, ADD, and depression. Kids got creative with mud this morning while their parents learned about the importance of making that connection. A second chance for kids to experience the same fun gets underway in a few minutes, but space for that event is already full.
If you need to get out or if you just want to get out, I would absolutely suggest that you do so, not just tonight, but even heading into the weekend here across mid-Missouri. Things are shaping up to be just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I do suggest that if you do have to get any yard work done during the day or if you want to take the kiddos out to the pool, best chance of low humidity is going to come in the next 24 hours. Guys, heading into this weekend, still a ton of sunshine, highs into the upper 80s. It's looking really beautiful.
It's wonderful. We're getting so lucky with this July weather.
I know. Lucky pennies. That's what it feels like today.
After the winter, I feel like I deserve it.
You have earned it.